It's time. It's
Hey,
8:30 Germany. Before we start our interview, everyone who is already listening in, there will be a giveaway happening in the stage chat starting now. So if you haven't yet, go over to the stage chat, click the red happy icon, party icon, and be part of the party and maybe win a giveaway, one out of two NFTs from MADinArt, which is the guys or the group that I'm actually joined by tonight. Hello, guys.
Hey, how we doing?
I already had a small chat with Stale and Jacob before, and they're hilarious, amazing people. I think you guys are going to have a fantastic time during this interview. So, guys, baby, introduce yourself a little bit.
Well, first of all, Filippo, you just transformed your voice into this meditation type of vibe, man. You got the coolest voice I've ever heard in my life. You know, combined with the names that are going on here, I'm already pretty happy.
Well, thanks for that.
No worries. So
Meditative
listen,
monkey, right?
yeah, I love it, man. When you come on there, I'm like, I was going into like a little trance immediately. You know, you had me totally zened out. So, guys, my name is Skin. I'm an artist, so I'm a little bit crazy, just like everybody. You know, who are artists, they understand that stuff. And I'm sitting here with Jacob.
And so my name's Jacob. I'm not really an artist, but what I'm really good at is telling people what to do. So that's what I do for MADinArt. I make sure everyone's in check and doing their jobs.
Yeah, and he's a bit of a bully actually, which is kind of cool. We all need somebody to keep us in check. So in a nutshell, guys, MADinArt was started by two really passionate artists. As I mentioned, my name is Skin. The other one is JP. He can't be with us tonight, unfortunately, has some family commitments. But we bumped into each other at Christmas in the local superstore, just buying some extra alcohol for Christmas for the celebrations. And you know, we've known each other and our artistic sort of influences for some time. We started chatting about crypto, and one thing led to another. And JP's like, "Hey, you know, Skin, we should get into the NFT craze and should give it a shot, right?" So JP is a phenomenally talented graphic designer. He's brilliant in the digital space, has enormous contacts. We've got a super intelligent CTO called Kyle, and he's big mates with JP. So a whole bunch of us got together and said, hey, listen, let's give this thing a shot. So we put a website together. I've been painting for over 40 years, so I had all sorts of massive amount of physical art products I could launch. A lot of contacts in the celebrity world and all that type of stuff. And combined with JP's, you know, ferocious ingenuity as far as the tech space is concerned, we quickly put together some NFTs that subsequently we launched on the Cardano platform. We call them the Icon series. We put 100 NFTs on 5 different paintings out there. And we put them out at 100 ADA, and they completely sold out rapido. You know, and then we thought, hey, you know, we really learned from that experience. Wouldn't it be cool if we could show other artists how to actually do just like we just done? So, you know, MADinArt was born. We really want to make a difference to the artist community around the world. So the platform is really not about our art per se. We're just going to be one of thousands of artists on this platform ultimately. So we're just trying to learn as much as we can, participate in the Cardano space as much as we can, collaborate with as many people as we can, and then collectively as a team, we pull all of those experiences together, and then we're looking to make a difference to the whole artist community around the world.
Well said.
Yeah, man. Well said. Amen. Really, that was an amazing description of your project. And the first question that I actually had is, you guys met in the supermarket to get some booze for the Christmas celebrations. But where does NFT and Cardano fall into that? Like, you just met this person who were like, you know what? I heard about this NFT on the Cardano space. Let's create an NFT together. Or who was the person who already was involved into the blockchain or into Cardano, into NFTs? Like, how did all that come about?
Well, listen, that's a great question. So there's a couple of answers there. So first of all, if you come from Wales, or if you ever come to Wales, you're going to know that Welsh people like to party and have a good time. So that was the reason why we were buying extra alcohol. That's the first thing you need to get clear on, right? And we're artists, don't forget, we mentioned that already. And JP is a phenomenal tattoo artist, by the way, as well as being a graphic designer. I forgot to mention that earlier on. And I've got a diary from 3 or 4 years ago where a couple of my friends in the States were telling me to buy into the Cardano whole journey, and it was actually in my diary, and I never did, and I'm kicking myself, and I've shown JP that. So I've been tracking Cardano for the last 3 or 4 years. JP was relatively new to crypto, but really got into Cardano early December, so he got in at a great price, and he's got some really great friends with huge, I guess you call them Cardano whales as well, connections. What's Dave's stake pool? What's the name of that one?
So actually, as a family member in JP's family that actually runs UK ADA. So JP being the guy he is, just tells everyone and anyone he can about, this exciting sort of community and Cardano and what it stands for and what it can do for people. So I guess combining that with Jeff's
enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So just finishing off that question, in a nutshell, I've been, kicking around the crypto space for 3 or 4 years. JP was relatively new, but had some massive connections within crypto by his brother-in-law, and we both knew of each other as artists in the community. We were friends, but not close friends. So the synergy that we felt within that conversation in the supermarket at Christmas was pretty explosive. A lot of things are happening around that Christmas, New Year period where people evaluate the previous 12 months of their life. So it just maybe caught us at that perfect storm where we were creatively open and we were looking to set some new targets and ambitions for our lives. And the crossover in our collective passions meant that we instantly knew that we were going to launch an NFT platform. Simple as.
So one could say that MADinArt is a real Christmas wonder.
Every time you speak, man, honestly, I want to go and sit in a teepee. I mean, you've got the coolest voice in the world. Yes, is the answer to that. Yeah, it was just the perfect meeting for two creative souls that are excited about life, and we're excited about making a difference. And I've been a broke artist. I'm 56 years of age. JP is 32, 33, I guess. Yeah. And, I felt the pain of being a broke artist in my mid-20s, with a beautiful girlfriend in tow, telling her that marrying me is going to be the greatest thing that's ever going to happen to her. And then I'm working in her mother's garage trying to make a career out of painting and couldn't make it work, felt the pain of that, felt the disappointment of that. And that type of shit stays with you for life,
And did you marry her?
Guess what? She's in the other room right now. We've been together for 32 years. We have 2 beautiful children. One lives in Dubai, the other one lives in Portugal, and yes is the answer.
Amazing. Super happy. So it's a complete happy end here. And as much as the name MADinArt fits in itself to you guys are MADinArt. I think MADinArt, or the MAD part, is actually an acronym. Maybe you can enlighten us what it actually means.
Yeah, so MAD stands for making a difference. So it's literally just making a difference in art. And as Skinner said, it's he's felt the pain of being a broke artist, struggling artist, and he's one of millions, if not billions, of creative people in the world that struggle to really make their passion a viable sort of career. So it's really built out of passion and pain, and it's a platform where if you don't know anything about Cardano, you don't know anything about NFT, we're the people that we'll teach you what it is, how it is, and
because the truth is, it's scary for. I class myself as a dinosaur, right? So Jacob sitting next to me is technically really astute. He's very clever. He's a very bright young man, and he laughs at my dinosaur fingers on keyboards and things like that. So because of my lack of talent in the digital space and my lack of skills and my age group, these guys are able to understand that a physical artist finds it extremely difficult to enter into this space without some help, love, support, and guidance. So they've like, hey, this is cool, because they realize how ignorant I am as far as a lot of these tools, like Discord. This is our first ever Discord, chat, right? So MADinArt is all about creating tools, creating possibilities for artists to actually get into the Cardano community and the NFT space, even if they don't have many of the skills that they would need to get into this space. We provide the extra assistance for that to happen.
Exactly.
I think it's an absolutely honorable mission that you're following there, and absolutely needed in times where just art seems a little bit less valued than it used to be. And also, even though at the same time there is just a lot more art happening, and people can or have the freedom and the possibility these days to also express their artistic sides, but it's really hard to make a living from it. I think it's always been this way, but I think for many of us, or for many artists these days, it's very hard to reach people just for the sheer flood of possibilities and artists. So I think it's really, really beautiful that you allow people the stage that you created, this platform, to give them a voice and give them sort of like show people what art is out there. So what have been the artist reactions to your platform, to your offerings?
Well, Filippo, I'm so happy that you asked that question, simply because one of the most exciting and enjoyable conversations for us to have is about the difference that we've already made to artists that have joined us, and about the artists that are about to drop on our platform in the weeks and months ahead. We're very, very excited about that. So I'm going to just give you two really brief examples. One artist that dropped with us recently, her name is Ellie Murphy, beautiful young lady from London, got into painting and creating paintings because of the lockdown and the crisis that has created for lots of people with the pandemic around the world. Produced some amazing pieces of art, some really beautiful pieces of art that got our attention. We contacted Ellie and said, hey, Ellie, we can help you digitize that art. We can turn it into NFTs. We can introduce you to the community that we've already started to create. And we dropped Ellie, we dropped two pieces for Ellie, a Kobe piece and a Michael Jordan piece. And she completely sold out in 1 hour and 9 minutes.
Just very quickly for everyone, you can also head over to the stage chat right now and get a visual of what we're actually talking about right now, because there are a lot of amazing NFT pictures there already. So please go ahead, man.
Okay, that's cool. Thanks, Filippo. And I would encourage you to go and take a look at those images, by the way, from Ellie, because it perfectly represents. Here's a woman, a young lady that was working as an interior designer. Her career was completely smashed because of the COVID crisis. She reinvented herself and decided to start painting, produced some stunning work. And then when we digitized that work, and JP worked his magic with, obviously his digital skills in taking her paintings to another level in the NFT space, the investment community that we've gently been building up grabbed those NFTs, rapido, because they saw the potential that Ellie held for the future. So she sold out in 1 hour and 8 minutes, and we were then able to do a follow-up testimony call interview with her that you can view on our website, by the way, and you'll see the emotional reaction when we transferred a huge sum of money, equivalent to Ellie's yearly salary, by the way. She earned her whole yearly salary in one of her drop cycles. So she couldn't believe it. She was so happy. We also encouraged her not to take it out of her digital wallet and keep it in there, because ADA was on the rise, and I think she earned another 5,000 ADA in the following 7 days. So that's one testimonial. And then very briefly, and try and keep this as succinct as I can, we had Baz Van Galen, who painted an incredible portrait of Charles Hoskinson, and we were so happy that Alfred from the Cardano Hotel stake pool managed to get a hold of Baz, and we all got together on a Zoom call, and we said, hey, listen, if you can trust us, we'll make sure that we very sympathetically turn your painting into an NFT. And when I say sympathetically, is we didn't want to change his fantastic painting too much. We just wanted to make, just make some very subtle enhancements. And once again, that was an outrageous success for Baz. And I'd encourage you to watch his testimony interview, where we tell him how much ADA he just acquired from the drop. And it is quite fabulous to make such a difference in a 67-year-old artist's life. I mean, these are life-changing sums of money for artists around the world. So we're really hoping that other artists take a look at those testimonies and say, hey, do you know what? I'm really excited about this, and join the whole Cardano movement.
Wow, this is just absolutely wonderful how you're actually making a big change and difference in artists' lives with your work. This is just truly amazing. And you mentioned that one part of the idea, or one thing that happens usually, is that when you take art from an artist and you transfer it into the Cardano, or just basically transfer it into an NFT, you kind of adapt the art. Is that something that usually happens, that you don't just take the artist's art that they normally produce and or do the artists, sorry, I'm just mumbling, the idea is basically, do you just take the art from the artist and just transfer it into the NFT space, or do the artists always adapt their art or make special art straight for the NFT space?
So that's a great question. So it's definitely a bit of both. It's like Skin's original Icon series, they're amazing hyper realism portraits. And the difference between the original paintings and the actual NFTs is very little, but really sympathetic, and really enhances the paintings into a whole different level. This probably didn't need to be done. I think it added another extra layer of creativity, and another artist's eyes on a piece of painting should be welcomed, because other people can see these paintings in a different light and further enhance them into a whole new different piece. And so we followed that sort of recipe with Baz's and Eddie's, and then we met a crazy young man, Dino Tomic, who if you've seen his work, an amazing multimedia artist,
super talented.
Like what do you do to a guy, what NFTs do you create out of his work, because he just don't have paintings, he has just an amazing portfolio of just creations.
So one thing I would say on that, and Jacob's touching on all the right things there, is in a nutshell, specific to your question, some artists come to us, they have absolutely no digital skills whatsoever, and then obviously we step in with our creative team and we can enhance their work, all right? There's no problem with that at all. Other artists come to us who are absolutely own the digital space, they're fantastic, they don't need our assistance in any way, shape or form, and they'll just go ahead and, we'll help them launch their NFTs. So, there's a couple of things, but just like Jacob just said, having an extra set of creative eyes and knowing what's going on in the digital space, it becomes a very creative, topical discussion between us and the artist. Sometimes we make changes, sometimes we don't.
Nice. So actually, some art that we're seeing from MADinArt, even though it is by another artist, does have a touch of your inspiration as well. And and uses kind of the possibilities that digital art has to enhance and, as you so beautifully said, add another layer towards the analog art kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think going forward as well, our dreams are massive. So we imagine thousands, if not tens of thousands of people coming on our platform. And it's almost just we're here to encourage the people. Like, if you've got these physical pieces of art, which a lot of our NFTs have come from, are real physical paintings, which sweat and time and hours have gone into. Some people are a bit protective of these art, but they are also welcoming to the enhancements that we can make, and we also encourage them to make them enhancements themselves, because as loads of these NFTs, they're visually stunning, and I think it gives artists an opportunity to take it to another level.
Yeah, and by the way, Filippo, there's a couple of other little things that we should add. I mean, right now you'll be looking at our website right now, or you will be shortly. There's on Wednesday, I think Wednesday or Thursday, we'll be re-uploading the website with some enhancements. So we're working on some technical developments in the background right now. And everybody's obviously waiting for smart contracts to arrive in the future. So there's an awful lot of technical changes going on in this space right now. But as we go forward, as we roll forward, there'll be an automated uploading mechanism on our website, so artists can come to us with ready-made NFTs where they can just literally upload onto a website and get listed. Then there'll be other artists that want assistance, and they'll be able to indicate that through that upload process as well, so we can step in and offer assistance. So there's going to be a combination of services going on. And bear in mind, right now we're talking about the fine art space, but there's, NFTs come in many different shapes and sizes, and we're already talking to various people from musical backgrounds also. So who knows where this journey can take us?
Totally, it offers so many possibilities, and I think we're just in our infant shoes, and we will be surprised by the opportunities that NFT will offer the whole art community and the community in general. So you mentioned there are a lot of coming ways for people to get involved, but if I would be an artist already super stoked right now and here, I'm at the edge of my chair, how can I get involved right now?
I think right now, all you've got to do is just be patient with all platforms. There are great people out there, but you can go to our website right now and you can actually just fill in a simple little email, or you can join our newsletter. Bingo. There's the simplest thing you can do, right? And then we're going to make sure that we update our artists, we'll update our investors, and we're going to stay in close communication with everybody that's sitting on our database. So that's the simplest thing you can do right now. You can actually go on our website as well and just fill in, for the moment, a very brief artist's application. If you're an artist listening to this message, you can do that. Or listen, you can just hang around you can just apply for the newsletter, put your email in there, and just stay cool for the next 7 to 10 days. And then you'll see the website get enhanced over that period of time.
Maybe you can already give us a little sneak peek of what new artists are on the horizon, what we can expect soon.
Yeah, well, listen, right now we're due to drop some super cool artists. We're actually on the books. NFTs are there ready and created. Listen, I can name artists for sure if you want me to. So okay, yeah, Jacob is telling me who to name in the background right now. So somebody we're going to launch next Sunday is a absolutely beautiful story that, I would encourage you to watch the video. That's going to be Oyin out of Nigeria. She created famously another great portrait of Charles. But for her first drop, we're going to go through, we're going to offer 3 very, very unique digital creations, portraits that she's created of African women in their normal daily African dress, and they are absolutely fabulous. Her story is truly amazing. She's making a huge difference in her community. And I think this is going to be wonderful for Cardano, for the brand. And we featured that story on the website. And it drops perfectly into, by the way, when that launches next Sunday, that exposes obviously people to a beautiful young African lady doing her best to take her brand around the world. So that allows me to move on to an initiative that we want the whole community to know, which is going to be our university competition. We are going to offer $10,000 prize money, and all of this will become detailed on the website over the coming week, 10 days. We're going to offer $10,000 to all of the African universities that want to participate, and they will be able to submit the lead-in students, the best students that they feel. Students can do it themselves. All the guidelines will be on the website, and they'll be able to enter that competition. And what we're going to do is the winning artists out of the universities in Africa will have the opportunity to have a dedicated, verified artist drop on our platform, which we know is going to raise at least $10,000. So that's why we set the prize fund at $10,000. And then we'll be giving all of that money to the winning student and their art department. So we really want to make a difference in Africa right now. So next Sunday, watch out for Oyen's drop. It's going to be absolutely mental, and I'm confident it'll sell out really quick.
Where do all those amazing ideas come from?
Well, honestly, you know, when you're in the mindset of you want to make a difference and you sit down, I've got some notes here, and I'll tell you one thing it says in the notes. Here's one of the things it says, you know, where can we make a difference? You know, what can we do better? How do we, increase our leverage? All of these things, you know, and I know that we've already been in touch with some of the universities over there, and they're pumped, you know, they're excited, right? Just imagine $10,000 being handed to the art. I used to teach art for a living as well, you know, for a little while. You know, if somebody gave me $10,000 for art materials, let me tell you, that's going to make a bloody huge difference in some of those universities. So I'm passionate about that.
You guys are absolutely mad, and not in the standard way of the word, but you're making a difference, and that's absolutely amazing. I thank you guys so much for this interview. This has been such a pleasure to get to know you and finally know who's behind MADinArt. And if you have anything else to say to the audience, or if the audience has any questions towards this creators, please go ahead, raise your hand, or ask the question in the stage chat. Silence.
But don't forget, Filippo, I'm a dinosaur. So if a question comes up, you're gonna have to let me know. I'm looking around this computer screen, thinking, where's it gonna come from?
Honestly, I think, man, your explanations and your storytelling has been so fabulous that everyone has no questions left. You've been informing us with everything that we need to know, and I think this is really the case. Everyone is just completely stunned, sitting in their chairs and just like, oh my God, what just happened?
Filippo, I just want to say one quick thing, right? We are extremely grateful, by the way, to everybody else within the Cardano community that has helped steer us through this journey. Honestly, if you had any idea how many social influencers and technical people that have reached out and helped us, it's just been, crazy. Kaizen Crypto, Maria Karma, Alfred from the, from Hotel Cardano. I mean, I could go on and on and on, in the tech space, lots of engineers helping us. So, yeah, man, I'm just super grateful. I'm super enthusiastic about what's ahead.
Yeah, this collaborative spirit that we're having here in the Cardano NFT spaces is absolutely amazing, and you are a big part of it. And so I think we can wrap it up here. I think everyone is just really in love with the interview and with your work. So again, thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
No, thank you, man. So you've got a great server, and you all you guys, you're doing a good amount of work in this space. So, we're really fortunate for people like yourselves that do exist in this community, and we're all just helping each other, and that's what it's all about.
And Filippo, when you come over to Wales, by the way, I'm telling you, man, we're going to spoil you rotten.
I have no doubt, man, and I will guide you in a nice meditation.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Goodbye, everyone.
Okay.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
Cheers. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.